Hey, what is up, everyone? Let's see if I can do this. Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to just make a quick video to kind of help with this latitude longitude situation. And this will be helpful for whichever class of mine that you are in. Um, because sometimes I might go through it really quickly, or we just need like another little run through. And I think it's just kind of a good resource just in general. So I'm using Zoom for this. I usually use Loom for recording my videos, but Loom doesn't have some of like the features that I like with Zoom of like the different colors of the annotations. So that's kind of the thought process with using this. Um, so first thing to remind ourselves of and to review is what is latitude and what is longitude. So latitude is anything north to south, 0 to 90, 0 to 90, north and south, and longitude is 0 to 180 east or west. Latitude helps us with various things like can tell us about climate. I want you to think which location would be warmer, the equatorial region or the polar regions. And that will help in the particular exercise that we are doing for my class. Um, in terms of something like asking you to find on a map what we're looking at would be, so here's like a blank map, right? And if I gave you a location like San Diego, California, which is 33 degrees north, 117 degrees west, it's useful to utilize these sort of maps. So first thing that I'm going to do is there is absolutely zero shame in having to draw yourself a little compass rose, right? Never eat soggy waffles. That's a very bad looking W, but you get the point. Um, and so when we're looking at this map here, it's good for us to, or sometimes a common mistake that students will do, they'll see these numbers up here and they'll be like, oh, those are the north numbers because they're at the top of the page. They're in the north area. And that's a common mistake, and don't fall for that mistake. The numbers that we are going to remind ourselves that are north is going to be this set here and this set here. So I know your brain is maybe like, no, those were on the east and west sides. We just have to tell our brain, no, listen, I'm right. And then for south, it's going to be these numbers here. South, these numbers here are south. And then we'll do the same thing for our west here, and our west down here. And then let's do purple for our east here, east and east. Phew. Okay. So when I give you a particular latitude and longitude for a particular location, if you are doing this for one of my classes, I ask for 15 locations and I give you the latitude and longitude for each. This could also be helpful for if you're just doing the Lat-Lon lab, there's some sections up above that ask for if it's land or ocean, and what continent or what ocean basin it's in. But say, for example, if we're working on a different part of the lab and I'm asking for a city, we'll do, yeah, San Diego, which is 33 north, 117, not south, my gosh, 117 west. So the first thing that I like to do, and you can do, I'm going to show this obviously on the screen here, but if you have this printed out, you can use pieces of paper or rulers or something. Or if you like using a screen still, you can put like a piece of paper or something up to the screen to kind of help you visualize this. I'm a very visual person, so for me, it's really nice to be able to do that, or to utilize whatever resources I have around me. But because I'm using Zoom, I'll be able to showcase this in this way. So I'm going to first draw a straight line where I think um, San Diego, where the north is, so where the latitude is. So I know that 33 north is in between 30 and 45, right? Somewhere in between those. And 33 is pretty dang close to 30. So I'm gonna go above the line where it says 30, and that's a really nice straight across line. It's slightly above that. And we're just doing estimations here, right? It doesn't have to be super on the nose, but as long as we're, kind of getting somewhat kind of close here, right? So I'm just doing an over exaggerated latitude line of 33 north, or an estimation of 33 north all the way across the globe. Because I don't know where 117 is at. I mean, I could maybe guesstimate, but I don't know exactly where it is. So our next task is to locate the 117 west longitude line. A common mistake that students will do is, well, first of all, we need to figure out where this is. I say west, so I know it's going to be boop here, right? So knowing that it's going to be somewhere in here, and 117 is somewhere between 120 and 90. And also, something I forgot to mention is that each of these lines, doesn't matter if it's up and down or straight across, or from side to side, excuse me, are 15 degrees. So you can kind of see that quite nicely with the latitude because it's really spread out, right? You go from 0 to 15 to 30, 45, etc. But on the longitude, there's like a lot more lines of longitude than there are latitude. It's double, actually, right? So because it's double, things are a little bit more squishied. So this line is not labeled, but it's 15 because it's halfway between 0 and 30, right? So I know it's a little bit more squished, so it can be a little bit harder in some of the cities that I'm asking you to locate. Anyways, so 117 west is somewhere between 105, which is this line here, and 120, which we can see is clearly labeled there. Um, a common mistake that students will do is they'll find 117, I know is in between, somewhere between 105 and 120. I'm just going to guesstimate. They will go straight down. Well, guess what? Straight down does not give us the right location. Last time that I checked, San Diego is not in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of the Carolinas. So when you're doing these exercises, it's a good thing to think critically, right? Does the location that I've crisscrossed applesauced, does that make sense? Is my general knowledge of that location, is that landing in the right area? And if you're not familiar with these locations that's super fine. You're welcome to pull out Google Maps or a map and be like, oh gosh, I'm way off. Where did I go wrong? Right? And that is totally okay to be wrong, to make mistakes. Everybody does it. We're all human, yeah? So my little trick here for finding our longitude, our correct longitude, is we're going to find where we think 117 is, and instead of going straight down, what we do is we follow this curve all the way down as best as we can, sort of paralleled. I can't draw straight lines very well on Zoom, so, it's hard, things like that. So I tried my best to follow parallel, not exactly. So another thing that students will do is they'll maybe start over here and then they'll like try to get onto the line. That's not what we want to do, right? We want to follow the line sort of parallel, as if I know it's kind of hard because it's a little bit zoomed out. So I'm going to go. So if this is like my latitude line, I want my, like the one that's on the actual map, I want my line that I'm following down, I want it to follow as closely parallel as possible, right? Side by side, as if we're holding hands, arms straight across and side by side. Not doing one of these and getting onto the line, that wouldn't be the right line of longitude, right? So, oh shoot. So things like that. Undo, yes. Okay, cool. I love the undo button. It's my favorite thing. Okay, so now that we've done that, right? We got our latitude, we've got our longitude. line that we followed down as best as we can. Now we're crisscross applesauce, and that is your location spot. If you are in my online class, then I'm asking you to insert symbols at each of these locations. So excuse me, so in this case, you go to the insert button on Google Slides, shape, add any shape you want. I'm feeling spicy today, so let's do a lightning bolt. I can give that a nice little fun color here. And then that's kind of what I'm asking for each location. So it doesn't matter if you are in my lecture or in my lab, or excuse me, it doesn't matter which class of mine you're in. Everyone's doing this as part of a lab, but if you're in person or online, your map should have 15 dots or symbols or whatever on it. From there, what you can do, you can number them, you can put the actual name of each location. They are kind of spread out enough where you can put the name as long as you're not writing like super huge. And then you're going to utilize this to visually see where each location is around the world. And this will help you with the hypothesis part of the next portion of this lab. So if you're in person, you've already done this, or I've shown you how to do this. If you're online, hopefully this is a decent resource for you. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns on anything. I'm literally, it's my job. I'm here to help. So please don't hesitate to reach out if anything was confusing or you need another walkthrough. So thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.